Erika Kirk was introduced to Charlie Kirk through Donald Trump. She had been procured for like Donald Trump's pageants. She won like Miss Arizona or something. She was literally a registered actress and starred in a reality TV show, a romance one at that. He met her on a trip to Israel. Charlie met her on one of these wall humping trips.
What you're about to hear will make you question everything. Never before seen footage from Charlie and Erika Kirk's private wedding has surfaced, and allegedly, it was leaked by his own sister, Mary. But this isn't just about a wedding video, because sources are now claiming something far darker. That Charlie Kirk didn't just fall into a honeypot scandal, he was allegedly forced into that marriage. Frame by frame, fans, behavioral analysts, and social scientists have dissected that leaked footage, and what they found sent chills down the internet's spine. Charlie looked nervous, uncomfortable, like a man who had already lost a war he didn't know he was fighting. Was it Erika's heavy makeup? Her wedding dress, which sources say clashed completely with Charlie's idea of a conservative bride? Or was it something deeper? Something that sources are now alleging out loud, that Erika Kirk engineered this marriage from the very beginning. Here's what makes this explosive. Charlie Kirk spent years preaching that women should marry young, skip the degrees, stay home, and belong in the kitchen. But Erika? She holds multiple degrees, one from ASU, one from Liberty, and she's chasing a doctorate. She had kids in her 30s, she built businesses, she walked runways, she flew across the world. And the moment Charlie's body went cold, she stepped straight into the CEO chair at Turning Point USA. She was never the trad wife. She was always the executive. On November 23rd, 2011, Erika won Miss Arizona. She represented her state at the Miss USA pageant in 2012. She appeared on TV shows, walked major runways, partnered with modeling agencies like Next Model, and even appeared in CIA documentaries about power grid threats and EMP attacks. Her mother, Lori France, had deep ties with military contractors, companies like Raytheon, and a string of LLCs she owned. Erika grew up watching a woman who never stopped working, and she became that woman. So how did someone this career-driven, this calculated, this opposite of everything Charlie claimed to want, end up being the first person he proposed to, on the very first day he met her?
I'm there thinking it's a business interview.
It started that way.
Right. So we sit down, and you grill me for, 3 hours?
Yeah.
Easily. On philosophy, politics,
Culture.
Religion, culture. Economics. What else? Everything else you can imagine, he grilled me. Anything he talks about on his podcast show, he grilled me on. Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
Just didn't record it.
And then afterwards, he got finished with his burger, and he just sat there, and he looked at me. And he's like, you know what? I'm not going to hire you. And I was like, that's fine. I don't need this job. I'm doing plenty of other things here in Manhattan. He's like, I'm going to date you. And you want to take it from there?
And you said you were kind of confused.
Of course I was confused.
That interview wasn't random. Nothing about this was random. Reports reveal that months before Erika ever walked into that meeting, Tyler Boer had already been whispering her name into Charlie's ear, praising her achievements, building her up, and then, allegedly, delivering the one line guaranteed to hook a man like Charlie Kirk. She's way out of your league. That's when the game changed.
Well, I'd never met anyone quite like her. I remember I called Tyler and I said he's gonna have to find talent somewhere else. And whatever opening he thought she would fill, that was not gonna work. And Tyler was trying to coach me down because he said that she was way out of my league. He's still right, by the way.
But here's where it gets darker. Sources are now claiming that long before Tyler Boer ever played matchmaker, Erika and her mother Lori had already been trying to get into Charlie's orbit for years. Every attempt reportedly organic. Every encounter reportedly calculated. And then there was the airport.
But just know that nothing is by mistake. Nothing.
I will never forget the time I was in Israel with my husband. Well, that was the second time, but the first time with my mother on a pilgrimage. And I was standing in the ticket line. And I remember looking behind me, and in the snake of the ticket line was a guy who looked very familiar. I had no idea who he was. And I told my mom, this guy looks so familiar. And as a typical mother, she said, go and say hi. No. We were late for our flight, and I'm not going to come off like a crazy person that's just weird. That ended up being Charlie. Nothing is by coincidence.
Nothing is by coincidence. Her own words, and the internet heard them loud and clear. Because the moment Charlie Kirk died, the real Erika Kirk showed up. Gone was the minimalist, bare-faced, capsule wardrobe woman who stood quietly by his side. In her place, Super Bowl rings, heavy glam, outfits that left the internet talking, not about grief, but about a woman finally unleashed. Sources allegedly close to Charlie's sister Mary are now saying it was a coordinated campaign. The airport run-in, the whispers to Tyler Boer, and finally, when they started dating, Erika allegedly played her last card. I'm not getting any younger. She was older, the clock was ticking, and Charlie, reportedly, folded. The comments say what many are thinking. One user wrote, she was sent to be his handler. Another placed a bet that Erika had met Donald Trump at an Epstein party, was planted to get close to Charlie, and when Charlie started pushing to open the Epstein files, someone made a move. A third called her a self-absorbed narcissist, from her pageant days to reality TV to pretending she didn't know who Charlie Kirk was. The evidence is still being collected. The story is still unfolding. But every new detail points in the same direction. Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit like, hit subscribe, and watch the next video, because the allegations against Erika Kirk, they get even more intense.